Assalamualaikum. Hari ini kita ada tetamu istimewa, Ejen Bobby dan Batman.
Hai semua, apa khabar?
I think it was 2017 I started Lukis Bontot.
Bontot tu Batman lah.
Yeah, from my knowledge that I gained from my degree belajar animation and 3D, so I teruslah buat Bontot jadi 3D. Hi.
Hi, Sufian. How are you,
Hai
man?
cikgu. Oh my god. Hi cikgu.
29, right?
30 actually.
Oh, you just get married, eh?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. Fresh lagi.
So you tinggal kat mana sekarang?
For the past 11 years since I last met you, I've been living in Cyberjaya. I entered MMU, Multimedia University. I took animation and visual effects. And then after I got married, temporarily I'm living in Kajang. Hopefully by next year, you'll be moving back to Shah Alam, my previous home that you've been to.
So I nak beritahu my audience, Sufian Benson dia my student. I think I start tutoring him 2009 when you in Form 3. Remember?
9?
Yes.
Oh, since PMR. Oh wow.
Yes, PMR. 3 years.
Alah. Yeah, 3
betul.
years. Betul lah.
But I remember that time your math is not as strong lah. Tapi your family still have faith in me. The Form 4, Form 5 and 2011. Time tu I kahwin, you pun datang kan, your family.
Yeah, I went to your wedding.
2011, that time you SPM. I think masa I tuition you tu, you macam dekat-dekat fail lah. But your SPM you dapat A kan?
Yes, SPM I dapat A+.
A plus eh? Wow.
Yeah.
Not bad, huh? I remember our tuition was very relaxed. We like banyak buat borak, and then you doing exercise and then we borak. So after that, we kind of like keep in touch in Facebook lah. After SPM tu, after you dapat A plus tu, okay, we start from there. You dapat overall berapa A?
Overall, I got, I believe 4 A's. Yeah, 4 A's.
And then after you got 4 A's, after you masuk MMU, is it? Cyberjaya. You ambil course apa that time?
At that time, I masuk animation and visual effects.
You taking diploma?
Masa tu I ambil foundation. My foundation tu it's creative multimedia, and then setahun foundation tu I terus ambil degree, which was in animation.
In the same place?
In the same place, yes. Same place, same faculty.
Cyberjaya tu like 4 years lah after SPM to get degree lah.
Yes.
After 4 years tu, you like umur you 22, you start kerja lah.
I start kerja, which coincidentally dapat kat dalam Cyberjaya juga. So that's why I just continued staying in cyber.
Kerja apa you buat tu and your roles?
My first job masa lepas grad was for this esports company called Toda. They're everywhere, they're huge. So dulu masa saya kerja kat situ, masa saya mula-mula masuk was sebagai motion capture animator. So motion capture is the one where you pakai the suit, lepas tu dia ada macam bola-bola. However you move the character in the animation, dia akan gerak ikut you punya pergerakan. At that time, diorang baru nak start. So masa I jadi motion capture animator tu, that was for their game development punya arm. At the same time, they were doing streetwear, tapi streetwear untuk gamers. They moved me to that sebagai video editor to create macam diorang punya content, diorang punya video, promo, semua tu lah.
You jadi motion capture animator tu, you jadi model ke atau you just doing the software parts?
Both.
Oh.
So I had to put on the suit and then at the same time I had to go to the computer and so masa tu like Toda was like very early in its development. There was only like how many people at that time? 10, and I was like staff number 5 or something like that.
You're working there for 1 year lah.
I work at Toda 4 to 5 years jugalah.
Oh,
I kerja dekat situ.
For the 5 years, so you doing the same thing lah, or you evolve to something else?
With Toda, that's basically what I've been doing. Just video editor. I think like later on diorang naikkan pangkat I jadi senior executive, but I'm basically just doing the same thing. Tapi like on the side, I was delving into this other side of animation, which was voice acting.
Ni nak beritahu lah pendengar kan, Sufian ni dia voice actor untuk watak
Bobby, Agent Bobby.
Bobby dalam Agent Ali yang popular tu. I think this is like 10 years ago lah. You ada mention dengan I tau. Cikgu, I jadi watak Bobby ni Agent Ali. Apa Agent Ali tu? That time lah. But now kita semua suka Agent Ali lah. So you're doing that Agent Ali punya voice actor in the same time 5 years tu lah.
Actually, my voice acting punya journey tu I dah started way back in 2015 when I was still doing degree. When I was studying, one of my lecturers, Azman Zulkifli, he is a voice actor. And then at that time, memang he was in this cartoon called Rimba Racer at that time. He was a few characters in Bobo Boy. And dalam Bobo Boy the movie, dia jadi the main villain, Borara. And then later on dalam Agent Ali, he is Agent Rizwan, he is Victor, he is General Rama.
Okay.
So like during his class he said he was a voice actor and all that, and I actually like, wow, like that's a real thing that you can be here in this country. I started macam bertanya lah dengan dia. Lepas tu secara tak langsung tiba-tiba dia jadi like my mentor. And then tu I just try out macam auditions out there, tapi tak dapat. But at that point, everyone around me knew that I had this macam want to delve into this whole voice acting thing, right? So masa tu I had a friend. Her dad works as dia cari content dekat luar negara, lepas tu bawa masuk kat Malaysia. Most of the time he's importing cartoons from China. So masa tu he imported this one anime called Dragon Lancer, Chinese anime. Dia nak jual kartun tu dekat RTM, dia kena ada dubbing dalam bahasa Melayu, because of course like the thing is in Chinese lah kan. So my friend approached me and dia cakap, bapa aku ada beli satu anime Cina ni lah, tapi dia nak bahasa dia dubbing dia tukar jadi Melayu. Kau voice actor kan? And I pun macam, dah lah tak ada experience apa yang cakap, yeah, I am. So that was my like first job, was to voice the Malay dub of this Chinese anime. From there, that was 2015 yang I voiced untuk Dragon Lancer tu. 2016 all until the time I nak graduate tu, I tak ada ambil apa-apa job sebab masa tu nak fokus dekat study. Masa I kerja kat Todak tu, then there was this audition for Agent Ali the movie, the first one, because at that time the series dah keluar dah. So they were holding this audition for the first movie. I decided to try it out lah kan. Ping pang pung pang, I got past the audition. And then voila, in 2018 I recorded the voice of Bobby masa tu. And then 2019 movie tu keluar.
You dapat job for Agent Ali not from your lecturer
No.
Dia tolong you bukan
tak ada tu. I had to like memang kena, memang masa tu I record and then like I hantar email on my own, and then they called me in to come to their studio to audition. I think masa tu it was down to me and another guy for the role of Agent Bobby. Yeah, it was antara kita orang dua lah yang dapat.
So very unique lah voice actor in Malaysia ni kan. So apa yang dia looking I mean this is what I thought lah as orang biasa kan. You just reading the script kan. So apa yang you nak add?
Faham.
Sangat personality you inside there. So apa yang dia look for sebenarnya dalam you?
It's the performance lah. Like anyone can read, but not everyone boleh berlakon. And that's why it's voice acting, not voice reading. Actually, it's surprisingly, this is what I think people tak sangka, it's actually very physical. Kalau you tak berpeluh masa in the recording booth, that means you're not doing it right. You're not voice acting. Especially with Agent Bobby ni, most of his scenes are action scenes. So there's a lot of fighting, a lot of jumping. In those scenes, memang I have to then it sounds real. So, stuff like that. Macam tu lah. You gotta really sell it, you know.
It's not easy
That's what I thought too. Like, this until I tried it out myself, and then I ingatkan I dah acted the best as I could, but bila dengar balik the recording, wow, mendatanya suara aku. So even like your intonations, your diction, how you pronounce things, that does affect your performance.
Tapi dia bukan motion capture you lah. Bobby punya watak tu is not like motion capture you punya movement.
No, that's when the animators did all that.
So after that pun you still continue for second Agent Ali juga kan? Movie tu pun you still
yes.
act kan?
Yang tu I recorded awal tahun ni rasanya. With the first movie, when I came in to voice Bobby, masa tu it was the visual that they gave me was not the full movie yet. Dia macam still lukisan. Tapi like with the second movie ni, when I came to record, masa tu the visuals were done.
So easier lah
This time tak juga, because with the first movie I had a bit more freedom to perform. I tak payah nak ikut timing sangat sebab diorang tak animate lagi mulut karakter tu. Tapi with the second movie, sebab diorang dah buat the visual tu dulu, so I had to ikut betul sebiji mulut karakter tu.
Okay, in the same time, I nampak juga you buat you punya own characters lah. Ini another thing lah beside that project. you do the
Of course,
Batman Itu untuk karakter apa tu? Itu what purpose tu? For comics ke? For cartoon ke? Or saja fun-fun ke apa?
At the same time, you know, I think I study, I think about voice acting, and I think about kerja semua ni. I was also doing another thing, which was I make my own merchandise. So I lukis and buat merchandise sendiri, macam stiker, buat keychain, benda-benda macam tu lah. And then I jual dekat convention macam Comic Fiesta. So I think this started 2013, 2014. Not too long after like last I met you. So tapi dalam macam anime and comic game punya convention ni, like the artis-artis yang jual their own merchandise ni is usually what we call fan art, where diorang lukis merchandise based on existing characters macam Doraemon ke, One Punch Man ke, Sailor Moon ke. So diorang lukis Sailor Moon tu buat jadi stiker, lepas tu jual. So that's how it was, and how it still is right now. Tapi I tried to find my own niche because everyone in that scene was drawing anime kan. I soon realized that there's an untapped market with like cartoons, like American cartoons. So at that time yang popular was like Adventure Time, Steven Universe, or even like macam Marvel superheroes, that kind of thing. So I drew those and buat jadi merchandise lah. And that was a hit because no one else was doing that in that scene. Of course, people caught up, and then other people started drawing other cartoons as well. I realized it's susah untuk I compete sebab lukisan diorang lagi lawa.
Oh, I see.
Okay, and that's when I realized in this scene I cannot win with skill, but I can win with ideas. I think it was 2017 I started lukis buntut.
Buntut tu Batman lah.
Yeah, from my knowledge that I gained from my degree belajar animation and 3D, so I threw lah buat buntut jadi 3D. At first that thing started for fun and like macam maybe I can sell this or something, and then I started posting it online. Of course people pun fikir macam oh benda ni But then like one of my people I look up to, he's a comic artist from Gempak. Nama dia Michael Chua. So back in the day, dia buat this one comic called Genki. I really enjoyed that. And then from this whole comic scene, we started to become friends. Bila masa time yang I lukis buntut-buntut ni, he noticed that because we were Facebook friends at the time. Dia nampak, lepas tu macam, he said, this can be a really great mascot character. And then like macam benda tu tak pernah terlintas in my mind untuk buat buntut jadi like a character. Yeah. And this is coming from someone that I admired. So I just like, you know, what the hell? Yeah, 2017, I created Batman. I cuba buat, you know, like posters, stickers, buat t-shirt during that time. And even now, I seorang je yang like berani buat benda tu.
Okay, I remember the word. Very provocative lah. Provocative sebab
provocative, yes. Betul.
Tapi jap, sebab I dah lama ada that discuriosity tau. I tengok kan. I tengok Sufian ni berani dia buat benda macam ni kan. Ini Malaysia punya konteks buntut-buntut orang ni. I fikir your mum tak kisah ke?
At first of course she mind, but then I think it was one of those years where I decided to bring her along with me during the convention just to see how it's like. Because she was always scared, like, what would people think about this? And then until like she followed me and then sees all these people yang memang suka gila Batman. Now she is sort of okay with it. Yeah, as long as I don't do anything too disgusting lah.
Wait.
Which is memang not my intention pun.
Macam ni lah, tapi nak dive deeper. Punyalah banyak idea lain. Kenapa you pilih buntut?
I think the answer to that is simple. At first, no one else dares to do that. How to say? I just think butts are funny.
yeah, it's obviously funny,
Yeah, it doesn't have to be something disgusting or sexual. It all depends on how you present it and the person yang tengok benda tu lah.
Tapi in your experience ada tak you treatment macam orang macam very harsh
Ada
comments? Because although it's not linked with you said just now it's not sexual or disgusting, tapi still people like to link with that all that stuff lah. So how do you cope with that?
Benda tu memang it can't be avoided. At least for me, I take criticism pretty well as long as it's macam munasabah lah kan. Tapi kalau I tahu macam orang ni macam just talking crap, I can tune it out somehow. Like, I don't need to listen to this person. I mean, ada je like some pakcik, we were like, oh ni tak bagus ni, oh ni tak senonoh ni, oh something like that. Or how I cope with it, I think is just it comes with the package of doing something provocative like that. Because I think I don't know how I was back then, like how you saw me back then, tapi over the years I think I became more and more bukan rebel, like playing safe doesn't get you anywhere. So like if you really want to make an impact in the world or in the scene, do something yang ada, like a shock factor.
So you're doing for the sake of, you say merchandise, all that business thingy lah. So tapi dia punya own comics or cartoon ke macam mana? Dia punya storyline tu.
The whole like business model with Batman, I was actually inspired by Hello Kitty. Like, Hello Kitty tak ada animation, dia tak ada comic. It's just a character and it's cute and she's on all sorts of merchandise. Kan, dia ada kasut, ada atas botol, ada phone case, ada stiker, semua kan, ada purse, ada bag. She's on everything, right? Sekarang ni. So that was my idea with Batman. Like, he doesn't really need to have like a story. He can just be a cute character and he appears everywhere. That was my vision with Batman lah at the time. I never really bothered to make any comics.
This is my observation since you are involved with this steady moving captures and voice actor. It seems that you are in that scene, it's like creative and cartoon scene, moving scene. I thought you're getting there somewhere, somewhat to do a live version of Batman, tapi tak ada lah. You don't have any plan to do that kind of thing.
I think now after a few years, this plan to make some kind of short form content featuring Batman lah, which explores a bit of his backstory on what he is or the other characters around him as well. So that is in the plan for next year. Sepatutnya tahun ni tiba-tiba nak kahwin, so like okay, I think I got to push this thing aside. So hopefully benda ni boleh roll out next year.
As what you said just now, you kata you buat more into merchandise kan. So how's the business doing so far in terms of Batman?
I guess it goes a bit back to the timeline yang tadi tu. Kan I was working with Todak and I was doing voice acting on the side and also Batman juga masa tu. And then COVID hit in 2020. Masa tu I didn't do voice acting, I didn't do Batman pun tak jalan langsung sebab at that time Batman kena buat dekat event. Boleh jual dekat event je. And I never established any like online store or anything like that masa tu. So masa tu I memang still kerja dengan Todak masa COVID tu until 2022 I resigned from Todak because masa tu I realised that I was making more money doing Batman plus voice acting masa tu PKP dah loosen up a bit, things were sort of going back to normal masa tu kan, 2022. So events ada datang balik. Masa tu orang dah lama tak pergi event because of COVID. So during 2022 when they had Comic Fiesta again after 2 years tak ada, so it was like a surge of crowd going back to these events sebab diorang dah lama tak dapat kan. So that's why business was booming lah with Batman at the time. Basically I just buat Batman dengan voice acting for the past I guess 5 years, 2022, 3, 4, 5 or 4 years lah, 4 years.
In your journey kan, so you 5 years kerja dengan Todak tu. In the meantime tu you buat voice acting as Batman lah, your spare time kan. So when COVID happens and 21, 22 macam tu you resign. And then you do this Batman and also voice acting full time lah. I mean you tak kerja lagi lah until now.
3 months ago I decided to go back to working full time. sebab I want to support my new family lah kiranya. Macam tu.
Okay. So you kerja apa kan?
Sekarang ni I'm back to being an editor, video editor dekat, it's a social media agency. Dekat agency ni, diorang dapat tahu that, you know, I can act and stuff like that. With all the clients we get, I've been the influencer / the talent untuk content brand tu. So like one of these brands that we have is BYD, the creator. Ada Tone Wow, which is a telco company. Muhammad Chan. Do you know Muhammad Chan? It's a Chinese Muslim.
Famous
Yeah. So dekat Ipoh pun ada satu.
Betul.
So right now I've been doing that lah. That's a lot of like me in front of the camera stuff right now.
You doing content I mean.
Yeah, basically doing content for these clients.
Voice acting ni, besides Agent Ali tu ada lagi tak? You punya, besides Bobby yang character tu.
Ada. Most recently I was in a video game called Honor of Kings. I'm the voice of the character Gui Guzi. It's one of the characters in the game. Ada lagi satu project that is announced tapi tak keluar lagi. I can't talk about it yet, but that is something exciting coming up. There was another Chinese video game, tapi I don't know anything about it. I just know it's from China. It's a mobile game. The characters that I voice is like a warlord or like some kind of warrior. Dia macam a dynasty punya berlawan kind of thing. Tapi I have no idea what it was. I just came into the studio and like, and then okay, you're done. Here's your pay. Bye.
In BM lah.
In BM, yes.
Is that translation lah kan?
Yeah, translation from there was an original Chinese dub. Tapi itulah, I never know what the game is about. Even the agency tu pun tak tahu tu game apa. Right now I do a lot of like macam module pembelajaran. I guess that's sort of like games where kids, you know, click on this and then click on that, lepas tu ada suara or ada karakter keluar, hi, or something like that. So there's been a lot of that.
Agent Ali pun after that ada lagi ke? Part volume 3 kan?
The director Usama Zaid already mentioned that there is a movie 3 coming out. But when is that? That one I don't know.
Somewhat you are still secure as a Bobby lah kan?
InsyaAllah. No, I'm pretty sure if he appears again, I will be returning as him again.
So you have a lot of interest in this thing. So apa yang you nampak in future you akan buat? You punya dream lah.
Okay. So kalau if it's with Batman, memang my dream is that one day it'll be something like Hello Kitty, where I think my problem with Batman sekarang ni, dia susah nak expand because at least from the other local IPs I've seen, macam Bichimao, diorang dah start collaborate dengan Secret Recipe, collab dengan Tashengo. So that is something I want Batman to delve into as well lah. But so far it's been a bit hard because of what Batman is. So it's been hard to sell kepada macam agencies and brands lah untuk buat this sort of like joint collaborative marketing thing. Licensing, that's the word. Licensing. Yeah, IP licensing. So that's what I want to do in the long run. But with Batman, susah sikit. Cuma I think I just need to find the right collaborator or client. With voice acting pula, of course I want to voice act in many more things. More animations, more games. And one thing yang I tak pernah try lagi is commercial. Hopefully that's something in the future lah. Kalau with what I'm doing now at work, this whole content creation thing is something new to me. It requires me to be on camera, which I'm okay with. So I don't know if you know, but I was in a movie with Elizabeth Tan 2021. It was a movie called Penyiasat Viral.
Okay.
And then I berlakon jadi this abang Grab yang suka dekat Elizabeth Tan. That was my character in that movie. So I guess like this whole content creation thing is sort of an extension of that, which is berlakon depan kamera. I'm foreseeing the future, at least like sort of the plan with me and my agency right now. I can be like like an influencer kind of thing. Like using this guy, like this face to perform licensing deals with brands. Right now, that's where my path is going towards right now.